say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it, this is where it goes down. I just happen to come up hard. Legal or illegal, baby,
Hey everybody, I'm back to talk about this week's episode of Power. So let's just get right into it. Did y'all like this week's episode? I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to be skipping around probably a lot. I'm not going to go in order of how the show went. I'm just going to talk about things that happened. So first of all, let's talk about this gun that Tariq had. So Tariq, from last week's episode, we knew that he took Angela's gun. So he goes to school with the gun. Now, why did Tariq take that gun to school? I don't know. But anyway, so the school calls in the parents. And honey, let me tell you, the way Tasha ate that administrative lady's face up was classic. Okay? Like, well, let me back up just a little bit. First off, let's talk about how Jamie thought, well, Ghost thought that it was Tasha's gun. And he lightweight, tried to get in her face about it. Like, why you had that gun sitting around? And she's like, I keep my guns, locked up pretty well. So I don't know where he got this gun from or why he brought it to school. So while they're sitting in front of the administrative lady, she tells Tasha and them that Tariq is going to have to be expelled. And Tasha just goes into mommy mode. And she's like, well, wait a minute. Can't we talk about this? Something else can be done instead of him just being expelled off top. And she was like, no, this is going to be, this is something violent. And he's going to be kicked out. And she's like, well, wait a minute. I'm sure there's something we can do. Because when such and such did such and such, there was a talk that was had, something was able to be done about that. And she was like, but it was something violent. And she was like, oh, so what about them girls that beat up the girl on the lacrosse team? They didn't get expelled. That was something violent. Or is this about because Tariq is black? Well, what is it really about? And she got checked. They had a talk. Okay. And so that got squashed. But come to find out, that the gun was actually from Angela. So Ghost is sitting there with the dumb face. He never did apologize to Angela for accusing her. Tasha decides that the kids can't come over there with Ghost and Angela until they get a little bit more organized and pay attention a little bit more. Ghost let it slip that he had actually left the night that the kids were over, and she went ballistic. And she's like, you know what? You need to be there. What made you think you could just leave our kids alone with someone who don't have kids, that don't know nothing about our kids? Why would you leave them alone? So she said, nope, that's all right. They're not going to be over there no more. So later on in the episode, Ghost actually talks to Angela about the gun, and she had a reasonable kind of explanation about what happened, because it's her routine to come in the house, put her gun in the safe, and then go on about whatever she's doing. But when she came home that day, the kids were there. So it threw her off, and she didn't think to go ahead and put her gun up. She kept it in her bag and went ahead and put it in the closet. And then Ghost asked her, well, why are you carrying around a gun anyway? And she didn't come out and tell him, it's because I got a stalker, Greg, who's following me around. I don't know what he gonna do. Okay, she didn't tell him that. But as soon as she asked him about Tommy, Ghost just told her straight up, yeah, I went to go see him, and I've been calling him, but he don't want to see me. Because at the end of the day, I had to choose either Tommy or you, and I chose you. So once again, this is Ghost being real upfront and honest with her, and her keeping something from him. Now, what do y'all think? Do you think the reason why she's not telling him about Greg is because she just don't want him to know, period, because she thinks she can handle it? Or do you think that if Ghost knew about it, that he would try to handle it, and she don't want him out there trying to handle things like that again? So what do you think? The next thing to talk about is Kanan. Okay, it's no surprise that he's alive. Everybody knew from the end of last season that he made it out of that burning building. So we knew that he was alive. But what we didn't know was that he was way out in DC recovering. Ooh, did y'all see them burn marks and all the stab marks? And he was just cut up and burned up and all messed up. But he's staying with his cousin Jukebox, who, in fact, is a dirty cop. Wow. So, um, so the bond between them came when they were younger because Jukebox is a lesbian. And when she came out to her family, her father kicked her out. So, Kanan was there for her and he looked out for her and, he didn't care about her being a lesbian. None of that mattered. So he took her under his wing, it seemed like, and she kind of learned the street life like him. And so Jukebox wants to know how this all happened to him. So she sends her girlfriend up there to seduce him into telling her what really happened because Kanan is not really being. He's not, I'm not going to say he's being dishonest. He's just not talking about what really happened to him. So while, Jukebox girlfriend is up there seducing him, he let it slip that Ghost was behind it. So the girlfriend came back and told Jukebox that it was Ghost. And when Jukebox and Kanan sat down and had a conversation, he finally came clean about everything, even down to the fact that he killed Sean. And to my surprise, because I thought Jukebox was going to be like, really, you killed your own son? But she was like totally on his side, like, well, technically he was your son, biologically, but Ghost is the one that raised him. So that was his son. So if he wasn't loyal to you, then you had to do what you had to do. And I'm thinking, oh, girl, you cold blooded, really? Oh my goodness. Yeah, his own son, like that's okay. All right, girl. All right. So she just really gassing Kanan up about getting back at Ghost. She's gonna play a huge part in Kanan getting back at Ghost. When he get back on his feet, honey, with little Jukebox, the police officer beside his side, honey, it's gonna be ugly. They had this moment where Kanan told her, "You're not black no more. You're blue," and that was so deep. And I'm not going into all of that, but yeah, I know what I mean. That's crazy. So Tommy and Holly, they go and get Tasha because they need some help moving this money, cleaning this money, and they know that Tasha is smart about these things. So Tasha has the idea that instead of having, like the laundromats and things that they had before to launder their money, they're gonna use Keisha's hair shop. So Tasha goes and she talks to Keisha, and Keisha's like, "Oh, girl, that'd be a good idea." Now, keep in mind, Tasha is not telling Keisha that we're going to be laundering money up in here. She just thinks that, because Tasha got money like that, that this is just an investment that she's making in in her shop. And so when Holly comes in, Keisha automatically gives her that face, right? Because she knows that this is the chick that stole from Tasha. And so Holly immediately feels that vibe from her. And she walks off and goes to the bathroom or whatever, right? And Keisha tells Tasha, "Now look, girl, if she steals something from me, I'm gonna drag her. Let's just keep it all the way hood, all the way 100, because I'm not gonna be forgiving this little chick because she ain't my friend. I don't owe her nothing." Okay, she didn't say all that, but that's basically what she meant, right? You better let her know. And on the ride home, Holly asked Tasha, like, "Did you tell her, that I stole from you?" And Tasha was like, yeah, I told her. You did, didn't you? And plus, that's her best friend, so of course she gonna tell her. So look, y'all, they get pulled over. And first of all, Holly is freaking out, and Tasha's like, "Girl, calm down, chill out, everything's gonna be all right. Act like normal." And so when the police officer asks for the license and registrations and all of that, and he's looking suspiciously in the car, Holly gonna come out her mouth and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my maid, she's just trying to get me somewhere fast. I was making her speed." And Tasha, surprisingly, played along with it, with the little Jamaican accent. I think it was Jamaican. And she was like, "I'm sorry, I was speeding, blah, blah, blah." And later on, they had a good old laugh about it. Now, see, at first, I thought Tasha was going to be like, "Girl, what you mean I'm the help?" But I guess it was just one of them things like, hey, whatever gets us out of this situation is what it is. So Holly and Tasha are getting a little bit closer, but I don't think Holly is genuine. Of course, she just wants to use Tasha for what she knows, and she really don't care. Because at the end of the day, they're trying to kill Ghost. And when I say they, I mean Holly and Tommy are out to kill Ghost. Another little funny thing that happened in this episode was, okay, you remember from last episode the two guys that own the nightclub that stole the DJ from Ghost? Well, those two guys were having a meeting with this woman named Karen, and Ghost showed up and he paid the bill, and he basically swooped in and took her attention away from the other two guys. And so she is actually considering him for a job that she has come. She's gonna compare Ghost and the other guys' clubs because she wants to put a bar in a hotel, I think, or something. And she's looking at both of them now. So, it's a prospect for him. Also, Holly is still pushing for Tommy to kill Ghost, especially now that she's pregnant. Now, y'all let me know what you think. She was sitting there taking all them pregnancy tests and then her face changed. Now, to me, it seems as though she's pregnant. What do y'all think? I think she is pregnant. That's what's making her extra amped up to push Tommy into killing Ghost a little bit more. She asked Tasha, well, where is, Ghost staying? And Tasha told her, well, he's staying with Angela, so whatever. And so she makes that little comment. Okay, well, now you know where he's at. You can go over there and go on to kill him. And he's like, yeah, I could. He ain't. Come, girl. Anyway. So at the end of the episode, Ghost texts Tommy from Tariq's phone because part of Tariq's punishment was that, he got his iPhone taken away, his iPad, he couldn't play the Xbox, PlayStation, whatever he got. He can't do none of that. Even though, he bucked at Ghost and Tasha. And Tasha was basically like, boy, who is you talking to? What are you doing talking back? You tried it. So, she snatched that phone from Tariq, honey, and was like, didn't your father tell you to give up your phone? So Tariq is he gonna be a problem. He's going to be a problem. And you know what? I'm just gonna throw this in here before I finish my thought. Do y'all think that when Kanan comes back, he's gonna seek out little Tariq and try to, get him on his team? Because Tariq trying to act like he big and bad and bold, right? He want to be a part of the street life, it seemed like. So, oh, I hope that don't happen, but I don't know what y'all think. But anyway, so since Ghost already had Tariq's phone, he was texting Tommy. And Tommy thought it was Tariq. So he was saying in the text that, oh, me and my mom got into it and I'm out here in the streets or whatever. So Tommy gets up and he leaves and he goes to meet with Tariq. But come to find out, it's Ghost. And so they have their little talk and Ghost is asking him to work with him to take down Lobos. And, he made the mistake. And he said to Tommy, when you mess up, who you think they gonna kill? If you mess up, Lobos is gonna come for your neck because we all know the Lobos don't like nobody making no mistakes because he'll kill you for any little bitty thing, right? And so Tommy got offended by that and he was like, when I mess up, not if I mess up, when I mess up. So he got in his feelings about that and he just walked off and gave him the deuces. And Ghost flat out asked him, is Lobos coming for me? And Tommy didn't answer him. But Ghost, he already know. I don't know why he's trying to get confirmation from Tommy. He already knows. Number one, he knows the Lobos is after him because he knows he tried to kill him. Number two, he know that Tommy is the number one dude that he's working with to push these drugs. So who else would he get to kill Ghost? Who else would he get to kill him but Tommy? Come on, he's coming out for you. But what he don't know is that Kanan is still alive. So wait till that pops. Oh, Ghost, he got way too much going on. He has way too much going on. He need Dre to know what's up so Dre can help him. Do y'all think when Kanan come back that Dre will jump on Kanan's side? Because, he's itching to get back into the street life. But he don't necessarily agree with Kanan's ways. What do y'all think? Drop it in the comments and let me know. If there was anything that I forgot, drop it in the comments. Let me know. Let's have a discussion about the episode. And I will see you guys in the next video. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down. I just